Haters, ¿cómo están? Les doy nuevamente la bienvenida aquí a su canal de El Hater, a una nueva entrevista en Conversaciones desde el Inframundo. Y en esta ocasión tenemos el placer de tener con nosotros de invitado a Niklas Lykke, quien es la voz, es el cantante de la banda Livløs, una banda danesa de, se podría decir, Melodic Death Metal, quienes el día viernes, este viernes 4 de octubre, sacan a la venta su nuevo álbum, su tercer álbum de estudio titulado The Crescent King, y va a salir a la venta a través de su propio sello Noctum Productions. Niklas, thanks a lot for being here in El Hater. How are you, man?
I'm very good. And first of all, let me just say that you pronounced our band name pretty fucking well.
I
You
did my
actually,
research.
when we do our international interviews, a lot of people have a hard time pronouncing the name, but you actually did it very, very well.
Yeah, I will start taking Danish classes, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, the name of the band is pretty cool. I mean, Lifeless in Dane,
yeah.
it's so cool, man.
Thanks, man. We're also pretty happy with it, except for the hard pronunciation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most of the people just say Livløs, right?
Yeah, but that's actually worse than that. But yeah.
I
It's
can
it's more
imagine.
like Livløs, they say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Kind
So
kind of Dutch.
yeah. But yeah, excellent, man.
Great, man. And well, again, thanks a lot for being here for this interview, man. And your recent record, I mean, it's awesome. I already premiered the review for that album a couple of, I mean, 2 weeks ago, I think, and it blew my mind. The work that you guys are doing is completely awesome, and I enjoyed your album a lot. So, congratulations for that. And
Thank you.
if you don't mind, we will start with the first two questions I have for you.
Yeah.
These questions are courtesy of Karl Agell and Ron Holzner from the band Legions of Doom. And the first question was asked for by Karl, and is this one. What is the moment that you realized that uh, heavy metal was your path? At what point did you make that decision what that was uh, what made you feel elevated, strong, motivated, and got you going? And when did you realize that the metal family was your family?
I think I actually listened to metal way before I actually started singing, but I was just a casual fan, not a part of a community, just listening on my own. So I
Okay.
think the where it really changed for me was when I went to when I studied in, like, I don't know what the equivalent to that in other countries are, but it's called the gymnasium here, where you're
Okay.
between the age of 17 and 19 maybe.
That kind of high
I met
school.
Yeah, high school. Yeah. So I met a couple of guys, five guys playing in a band called Royal Deceit, and they played metalcore, which I just thought was like, can you really make like pro sounding music at that age? What the fuck? So that changed my whole perspective on music in general. And I was just like, then I want to do it too. And I just went straight home to my parents' living room and started practicing growling
Oh, great.
every day.
Yeah, and so you just learned on your own.
Yeah, I just when my parents weren't home, I was just screaming my lungs out.
Yeah, that's the way. The same for me. I just start practicing like I was like maybe 12 years old, and then just keep getting better and better. So that's definitely the way to do it, man.
Yeah, so yeah, I started practicing to like Lamb of God, and Slipknot and Korn primarily in the start.
Great. So the moment that you heard that band from your friends or your colleagues at the gymnasium, that's when the switch turned on in your brain, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I was just like, well, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Okay, that's a pretty good, goddamn good way to see things, man. Hopefully most people have that view in the future, because if that's the case, I'm I'm sure lots of people will be making great music in the future.
I hope so.
Great, man. Thanks for your answer. And the other question that is from Ron Holzner is this one. It's kind of different. Have you have you ever snorted some cocaine from a stripper's ass?
No, I haven't. Sad to say, I have not.
Yeah. Maybe that's not as odd as it sounds. Maybe it's more popular, or maybe it's more popular on his generation. They are like hard rock party people that from the 80s and stuff. So maybe that was maybe a little more natural.
I mean, when I entered like the metal community and so on, it was more modern and chill, I guess, because I'm only 28, so I'm kind of late to the party.
Yeah. Nowadays it's not as cool as it was back on the day.
No, it's not you're not a rock stars anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more about the art nowadays than the life of rockstar.
Yeah, definitely art and professionalism, I guess.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Well, thanks a lot for your answers. A very different question from the guys from the same band. So
yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
The next question I got for you is this one. In the Crescent King, progressiveness makes a stand as never before in one of your works. What inspired the band to this shift in the band's sound?
Well, first of all, we while writing this album, actually very early in the process, we got a new bass player because our old one left because of family and also his studies. He was studying to become a doctor, so it was just too much in the end. But we got a new bass player, Benjamin, and he is probably one of the best. Well, he says so himself, and we believe him. He's the one of the best metal bass players in Denmark.
Confidence, man.
So we had a lot of new blood in regards to the whole bass sound and the technicality in the bass. So in our early albums, the bass was kind of hidden. It was still there, but it was very subtle. On this album, we really wanted to push it forward without, taking control over everything. And then, of course, we've been practicing a lot since the last album, so we've all moved a step up. And I guess the last part is this is our first true concept album.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, the concept is great. The lyrics are just cohesive. The history is very well told, and it really takes you on a journey from the start from the beginning. It makes sense, and it's very, very easy to let you go with the story, with the sound surrounding all of the concept. I mean, it seems like you took it from someone's history that was already written, because it's so well managed, so well put on the paper that it's almost unbelievable to think that this was written at the same time that you were just working on the music.
Thank you. I don't know if you know this, but I'm the primary lyricist. Yeah. And I of course still have some hand in the instrumentals, but not as much as the vocals and the lyrics. So the concept started with Franz, our guitarist, he had an idea of doing a concept album, which was like a space odyssey. And it was a cool concept, but it was just too loose. We didn't know what to do with it, with just being a space odyssey. And then we needed something more concrete. So I had this title idea, which is the Crescent King. I was like, I really want this to be the album title. So I'll just begin writing a story around this character.
Well done, man.
Thank you. And it turned out much better than I expected. And I, of course, had a lot of inspirations from, especially from software games, if you know them.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, so on.
Okay.
Armored Core 2. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of those games. Thousands of hours in between them. So there's a lot of inspiration from there, and also some references which fans of those games will pick up. But the inspirations from those games are mostly like world building and certain words and phrases. But yeah, the story the story isn't directly inspired from anywhere. That part was my own, and then specific sections are inspired by other things.
Wow, great, man! Congratulations. That's a really nice job.
Thank you, and I'm glad you liked it and understood it, because I also wanted to, like, I think many concept albums are like, you might have an idea what it's about, but it's very, very difficult to understand sometimes.
Yeah.
So I wanted a story that's easy to understand, but still leaves room for interpretation on certain things.
You certainly accomplished that, man. Because even on the video, the history, it's very well reflected on the art and on the story of that song. Yeah. I mean, it's great, man.
Thanks. Means a lot. Means a lot. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out the album, and hopefully we'll see each other out there at some point.
Great, man. Thanks.